And in we go for game number 1. It's going to be Reborn Knights versus Wasted Potential. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Probably mostly on the VOD, but hey, anybody that's tuning in, welcome. Yeah, it does. It happens. It happens. When you play with that mute button, you get burned. That's how it works. Alright, so we are loaded in here to Braxis Holdout. On the left, it is the Reborn Knights. Actually, I guess not the Reborn Knights. It's just Reborn Knights. Rain going to be on the ETC. Z-Doc on the Stukov. The Pie Maker going to be on Hanzo. Zronos on the Greymane. And Crafty Devil is going to be playing the Sonya. If it sounds like I've done this before, it's because I probably have. On the right, Wasted Potential. Geo going to be on the Lucio. Nathan on the Chromie. Hope going to be playing Vala. Zengaju on the Muradin. And in the top, we'll have Boone on the Artanis. So not that I know it's going to happen or anything, but both these teams going to go ahead and respect that gentleman's agreement in the top lane and leave the solo laners to their own devices. Meanwhile, we will see both these teams rotating their 4-man to the bot. Solid sustained healing from both of these teams in terms of the Lucio and Stukov pick. Also, just 2 of the strongest healers currently in the game, so shouldn't be lacking much in the support department from both of these teams. Meanwhile, ETC and Muradin, also 2 of the strongest tanks in the game. Kind of a disadvantage with these replay casts. We don't really get to analyze the draft very much, but I'll give it a shot for you guys here in the early game. We'll also go ahead and bring on up that talents for you. The Q build, the Q talent at 1 here coming out from Nathan. Don't often see that that extra stacking Q talent, but you do spend a lot of time in lane, so I can see the advantage here. And then almost all of those Qs are generally going to hit. I say that as he misses one, but Zrono's getting very low on the Greymane. Going to have to get a little help from Z-Doc there in the healing department, as well as tapping the well. Beacons are going to go ahead and activate here. We'll see them at the 1.5 minute mark, as you would expect. That one I know, not because it's a replay, but... Rain taking a ton of poke damage there. I'm going to have to back out for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and rotate down and get that globe. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Crafty Devil pushing Boone back here. You would expect Crafty to get a nice advantage here in lane from his ability to whirlwind the minions. 1v1, I would expect Artanis to do pretty well against Sonya just out in the lane, but we will see the swap in. Crafty Devil taking a ton of harass there. Meanwhile, in the bottom, we're missing some serious action of fighting over the bottom lane as Hanzo gonna go down. Z-Doc also gonna fall there on the Stukov. All of a sudden, 2-for-0 exchange here in the bottom lane for Wasted Potential. Not wasting any potential right now, as they're gonna go ahead and capture that that top beacon, halting the progress. But Boone gonna end up going down to Crafty Devil, but is he crafty enough to see the rotation coming in? He is. Hope we'll be able to capture that, but at the moment, that is gonna mean both of these are coming in. Smithel, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it, my friend. Welcome. Rain will go ahead and get in on to that beacon to halt the progress, but not before getting slowed up by that time trap from Nathan. Give them just a little bit more charge. 44-36, the lead right now. And we will see the side of Wasted Potential getting both of these beacons captured here as they take back the one in the top. Going to charge out a little bit more, getting to 68. But the side of Reborn Knights will respond by going ahead and picking up that beacon progress here. Or we'll be able to at least halt the beacon process, I should say. Now I do see the lurking arm coming down onto the point. Gonna prevent any ability usage there, at least on the point. But a nice Stormbolt coming in from Zengaju to cancel that lurking arm for the moment. So they're going to have to put some bodies on here. But Zronos and the Pie Maker getting just really worn down there by Nathan. Good chromie damage. And Z-Doc also going to end up falling here along with the Greymane. So we've got 2 members down for the side of Reborn Knights. That's gonna allow them to rotate up the Vala and be able to really easily secure this top beacon for the moment. And that should end up allowing them to get the Zerg wave here. Rain is going to go in, is going to look at least trying to go in, but it's too little too late. And the full Zerg wave will be grabbed here by the side of Wasted Potential. They're going to be rotating on into the top here. 2 of these massive Ultralisks up front with all these Guardians in the back. The Banelings are going to roll in and start getting some good damage onto this structure. Banelings are running all over the place. And we will see a 2-man split here in the top. For the side of Wasted Potential, 3-man responses. The Pie Maker trying to get some damage out. Need to work on his geometry a little bit there with that scatter arrow. Comes back at him. So we will see a lot of damage coming out as they clear this on up, especially with that Greymane. Good wave clear potential there, but also good wave potential from that explosive arrow. A lot of extra damage out there in an AoE fashion on that Q. Adds a lot of good wave clear there for the Hanzo. Meanwhile, we see the 4-man rotation to the top, and the solo lanes will take over in the bot, and everybody will just move on with their lives into the next phase. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see the 4-man rotation is back to slide in onto Zronos. Or onto Hope, I should say. Zronos is the one dark flighting in to try and get that kill. But Vala will be able to vault out and stay alive for the moment. Meanwhile, Nathan with the poke. Ranged poke coming in real hard. Chromie getting a lot of value here. I'd be interested to see the numbers. Yeah, 22k hero damage. Pretty much double anybody else in the game right now, with the exception of the Sonya. Been getting some good hero damage onto Boone in the bot, but as far as this 4v4 in the top goes, being owned by the Chromie at the moment. Nathan dealing tons of damage. Speaking of which, gonna get the kill out onto Greymane once again. Just some silly damage coming out from Nathan right now. Also has that early access to the ultimates, as we see the slowing stance has come out. Good zoning tool, especially here on Brax's holdout, where it's really all about controlling those beacon points. So able to get the nice cutoffs on all the little entryways into these beacons, or just putting it right on the beacon so that if you come in, you're not going to get out too easily. Now, good camp priority here. Nice invade and capture from Wasted Potential, as we see side of Reborn Knights just going to have to clear that out. Level 10 right around the corner, and this could not have come at a better time here for the side of Wasted Potential. They pick up 10, and now they've got a huge advantage for this beacon phase. We'll be able to pick this up right away. So if I'm Reborn Knights, I'm rotating down 2 here to be able to protect this bottom beacon. And right now, Crafty Devil doing a nice job of fending off Boone. Does look like he's trying to position to maybe swap into the towers, but Crafty Devil just too crafty for that. Gonna go ahead and dodge that prism really easily there. I'm gonna avoid getting swapped in. Boone's gonna have to go back. He doesn't have any mana anyway. But in the top, Wasted Potential, utilizing every little bit of that heroic advantage that they have. They get the fort down. They're able to hold on to this bottom beacon, or top beacon, I should say, and they're going to rotate Muradin to capture the bot. Crafty Devil looking for that rotation. Not really able to defend here. But meanwhile, we do see the 4-man coming in. The slowing sands, kind of annoying to have to deal with, but they do walk in. They do get the point. And they're going to be a little bit split here. Rain taking some damage, but we'll see the Stormbolt coming out from Gengaju. And in the slowing sands, they're taking a ton of damage. Jonos getting very low, but a very nice attempt there from Z-Doc. coming in with that flailing swipe to try and push him back, but too little too late. Greymane caught in that slowing sand, could not make it out in time, and the Chromie cleaning up house once again. While in the bottom, Boone and Rain so low, but Artanis gonna find out what these Marines got. Goes down to the ranged minions here. All the while, though, Hope goes ahead, comes down, and we'll get that cast on the bottom. Rain comes in, and we'll be able to halt the beacon process in the top. Gotta give a lot of credit to Reborn Knights here. They're doing a nice job of rotating in and stalling this beacon progress. And they're doing a nice job of getting some XP advantage as they get those kills and the advantage in the bottom. But Rain, a little bit of a whiff there on the mosh pit. A zoning mosh, I guess. Nice kill there, though, from the Pie Maker. Able to get one of those arrows in to finish off the Vala. We'll get some damage out. And they will actually be able to capture the beacon there. I hadn't even noticed that it was charging, if I'm being honest with you. 30, well, it was, I think it was about 20%, so they get a little bit here in the bottom, but the big story is going to be in top. They've got this entire Zerg wave, and here come the Zerg. They're going to be rotating in real strong onto this top fort. And this is the advantage that Reborn Knights really needed here. They're going to want to try to follow this up if they can. Easier said than done with the slowing sands in the back, but we do get Rain in here, being able to push in onto the front, as we do see the Stormbolt coming out. But at the end of the day, their main goal is just to really help and zone for the Zerg wave. Both of these... oh, huge arrow coming in. The slide to follow it up, and the Chromie gets completely blown up. And not a whole lot that they could do with Z-Doc with that lurking arm in the back to zone them away. Very nice play coming out from Reborn Knights. It's actually going to give them the 13 advantage here. Now, where this entire early game was controlled by wasted potential, I hate to kind of point out the name there, but they did kind of waste the potential advantage that they had in this early game, as now 13 has been picked up by Reborn Knights, and now they're going to be looking to take full advantage here as they rotate through and steal some of these camps, looking possibly for more picks. 13 does get picked up here, and we will see Boone trying to go in on Crafty Devil as well as Ngaju, but the full 5-man rotation coming out on the other side. As the slide in on Chromie, Rain will be able to face melt to try and split up Nathan. We see the 1-man mosh pit will be interrupted there by the Rain of Vengeance. Flailing Swipe also trying to split them up, but Rain will end up being the first one to fall, as Z trying to do what he can there with that lurking arm, but Z-Doc will fall. Not enough mobility to be able to get Stukov out of there. Not exactly the same here for the other three, as we will see the DPS able to escape, but the tank and healer go down, and 2-for-0 exchange there for wasted potential as they strike back and are going to do a nice job of preventing the snowball effect. As back and forth we go in this match, they're going to go ahead and choose to take the boss as their prize for winning that big team fight there. Meanwhile, we do see the boss going to be marching into that bot lane, and it looks like the side of wasted potential. We're going to be looking to capitalize on that boss push and aid it. Top lane, there's not really much going on. Neither team really has to worry too much about that. A little bit of a stack up in that bot lane for the Reborn Knights, but it'll be a long time before that whole thing ends up going anywhere, really. Meanwhile, we do see Crafty Devil splitting off into the top to get that side soak as they try and work their way towards 16. However, with this boss, it's going to be a nice catch-up in XP for the side of wasted potential, as they are able to get the fort down here in the bot lane and allow them to close the gap some. Meanwhile, Boone trying to hit somebody with that swap will miss in the moment, but right now both teams about 3/4 of a level away from 16, and the boss is still marching on into the bot lane. These front wall towers give a lot more XP than their fort counterparts, so we will see a little bit of an XP advantage being gained here now for the side of wasted potential. Actually, I take it back, because front walls are down in the top lane from Crafty Devil and this split push. So very nice play there by Reborn Knights, as a solo Sonya gets about as much out of that front wall as the boss did in bot, along with that wave. Just goes to show what leaving the lane alone will do. Meanwhile, 5-man rotation to the top here, as both teams inch ever closer towards level 16. We'll see the beacon progress at 16, but Rain will come in with the slide. Tries to get the mosh pit, but instantly interrupted by the Rain of Vengeance. We will see the blinds coming out here from Artanis, and Nathan very low. He's going to have to back out of this, creating really a 4v5 situation here. The Pie Maker constantly a threat to zone out there. Zdoc trying to zone for his team as well. With that lurking arm, we'll be able to push them back for the moment. But Crafty Devil so low, he's going to have to go back. Zdoc falls. Everybody falling here. Muradin, Artanis, Vala. The 1-for-3 exchange, as Nathan trying to do what he can to get something out of that. However, with the 1-for-3 exchange, no heals here for the side of Reborn Knights, but they do get both of these beacons, and they are going to be marching their way towards that level 20. Still a long road for both teams, though. I'm not sure if we're going to see them make it, but we will see for sure. The Zerg wave in the bot. The pen has been filled, and here comes the Zerg into this bot lane, as we do see Crafty Devil going ahead and capturing the top. So looks like their initial strategy and initial call there was going to be to stack up both of these camps in the top, which I kind of like that call. Especially, you know, with these Hellbats, they do a nice amount of damage now when they're pushing in a lane, especially if they're supported by the other camp. But we will go ahead and see him coming down and stacking on in here. All 5 members looking to support this Zerg wave in the bot, looking to try and get this keep. But nice clear coming out here so far from Wasted Potential. Only just a tiny bit of damage going on to the keep so far. Reborn Knights will come on in and start working on this keep. The poke damage and the anti-siege coming out from Nathan. The swap missing there from Boone. And it looks like with the keep going down, we will see Reborn Knights backing out and looking to try to take advantage elsewhere. Meanwhile, in the top lane, about almost, I'd say about 60%. Just eyeballing it onto that keep. So nice keep damage. You got to think, though, if they had indeed left Crafty Devil to finish off this camp and then come down, they probably would have gotten a similar value onto that bottom keep, and probably would have gotten the top keep from the split push. So maybe a little bit of a misplay there for the side of Reborn Knights, but ultimately they still end up with a good product here of their endeavors. And it looks like they're looking to produce some more as they come on in to the bottom lane, looking to find anybody out, but they will go ahead and just settle for the clear for the moment. But not the case for the side of Wasted Potential as the swap hits, and probably the first big impactful swap of the game onto Zdoc. Rain will die soonly after, and Crafty Devil now in abject horror as he will fall. And all of a sudden, Wasted Potential, some really, really nice focus fire, a really nice displacement there, and able to fully take advantage of that back door onto that team fight. Now Boone will be able to go back and start to clear here, trying to protect their keep. Meanwhile, we will see the boss being picked up by the other 4 members of Wasted Potential, and with just 2 here, not really a whole lot that Thronos and the Pie Maker can do to prevent this boss from being picked up. However, we do see the core is under assault. Nothing that the core can't clear up, though, eventually. But we do see the catapult starting to work its way on in. But the core does have shields, so should be able to be fine with that for the moment. We do have 2 members, or 4 members, I should say, marching on into the top with this boss. The beacon phase is about to activate, but right now I think the main focus for the side of Wasted Potential is getting themselves a keep, maybe getting themselves some more picks, as well as Rain takes a bunch of damage. We'll be able to get healed up from Zdoc, though. while the boss continues to work on this front wall. Crafty Devil coming into the back, though, as he's able to get the spear onto Geo. All the while, though, they forget to protect the Muradin, and that is what the other 4 members really focus on. They get the pick, and the seesaw of this match as we keep going back and forth here. Reborn Knights getting a nice pick. They'll be able to rotate out to these beacons and pick up these 2 beacons. And just like that, they will be able to start channeling themselves a Zerg wave. While we do see Artanis rotating to the bot to recapture the bottom beacon. 5-man commitment here in the top from Reborn Knights. So only 6% progress as Muradin 15 seconds away. 2 catapults stacked up here on the core, but the minions will eventually be able to clear that out. Boone not satisfied with that answer, though. He will go back to do that. Meanwhile, we will see, again, a 5-man rotation to the bottom beacon. They will actually end up splitting 4 back up here. They do get the isolation here onto Boone, but they turn around and get a lot of damage back onto both Greymane and ETC in response. We'll have to see if they can capitalize off it at all. Crafty Devil spears in onto Nathan, trying to spin to win. Nathan's trying to escape here. Does have the extra speed. Mosh Pit coming down onto the Muradin will be interrupted by Hope and that Rain of Vengeance. Kronos, however, taking a lot of damage. Maybe stepping too far forward here. He will go down. The Pie Maker trying to capitalize off of the position there. Not quite able to get the return kill. So after all of that, 1 for 1. Both teams marching towards level 20. And we will indeed see the beacons being channeled here by Reborn Knights. A big win for them overall. Zengaju also getting very low. He's going to have to back out for the moment. I do agree. Hanzo had him in his sights. They're not quite able to get the finish, though. But here comes the Zerg wave into the bottom lane for the side of Reborn Knights. We do have a little bit of a keep here for Wasted Potential, so that they do possibly have the potential to try to defend here. Level 20 not quite picked up for either team. Artanis stoking in the bot could give them a little bit of advantage in terms of trying to pick that up. But we will see if they can make this happen. Chromie damage coming down. Boone gonna go ahead and charge in and kill some of these Banelings. But the keep is ultimately going to fall with still a pretty healthy Zerg wave. Greymane still has a long walk back to be able to get in on this one. And the Chromie damage, decent for the counter siege. As the Pie Maker takes a lot of damage, but Zedok will go ahead and use that mini Ancestral to get a lot of heals out. So we will see a nice healing response here to be able to keep them in it. Level 20 is picked up by both of these teams now. As we will see the end gauge, and Greymane gets completely blown up there. As they are pushing them back, the shields are down. And we do have the waves pushing in on both sides, but the Stukov will also fall. So now the question becomes, what can Wasted Potential do with this advantage? They go 2 for nothing, and they've got 50 seconds until the entirety of Reborn Knights is able to get back together. So the question will become, what can they do? And they're instantly, the answer is they're going to start going after the boss here. It'll be what they're going to look to get as a prize here. While 3 members have found this, Rain does have the Mosh Pit available, Cursed Bullet, and the Arrow. They're all available right now. As Boone is going to go ahead and peel off of that camp to come in and take some of the heat, as Gengaju had started to get very low. And it looks like Reborn Knights are looking to position. They do ultimately decide not to go in, however, but we do see Sonya getting caught up into this slowing sands and will end up going down. A little miscommunication there, I think, from Reborn Knights. Meanwhile, we do see that both sides, they do have stuff pushing in onto the core. 85% health for Wasted Potential. As again, the seesaw. The seesaw effect. Now we see it going back into the way of Wasted Potential. As they have this boss, they have the camp in the top. And they've got that Chromie siege damage coming in from the back. No Artanis Artanis is defending the core right now, but this is a scary moment for the side of Reborn Knights, as the boss has made it through the keep and is starting its slow march towards the core. Sometimes in these moments it seems like it takes an eternity. Zono missing on that cursed bullet. Rain taking a ton of damage, bolts in, but will get blown up for his trouble. Zdoc trying to do what he can with those flailing swipe stacks, but ultimately not able to zone them back far enough. The keep on the other side down to 49%, but it looks like Artanis has fortified that up on the other side, and Wasted Potential coming back here from being down 2 keeps, be able to get a couple of picks, get the boss, and push through to the core to win game 1 in this best of 2 series. And that is going to be replay number 1, ladies and gentlemen, as we will quickly go ahead and scoot our way on to replay number 2. I think I might have jumped the gun there. Let's try to open that up one more time. All right, there we go. I kind of like these replay casts. It's just like boom, boom, let's do it. So game number 2, we'll be going on to Infernal Shrines. There we can see the respective comps. Ike is coming out here for the side of oh, wait a minute. They swapped on me. But look at this. I got the anti-caster trolling tool. Booyah! Oh, man. 7th Ace, man. You the man, man. You the man, man. For developing this tool. I love it. All right, on the left, your blue team, Wasted Potential. Looking to close out the series with a 2-0. Geo going to be on the Lucio. Hope on the Ragnaros. Nathan going to be playing the Nova. The Nova? The Nova! Zenkaju on the Anubarak. And Boone going to be playing Arthas. Meanwhile, on the right, Reborn Knights, the Pie Maker, going to be on the Kael'thas. Zronos going to be on the Tychus. Crafty Devil is going to be on the Greymane. Zdoc on the Stukov, and Rain going to be on the ETC. Go ahead and throw that away. You guys don't know how long this match lasts. Don't pretend that you do. You don't. Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Meanwhile, we will see both teams going ahead and throwing one up in that top lane while we see the pretty standard rotation each way. The 4-man rotation between mid and bot. Advantage to the Lucio team for that rotation. They're going to be getting most of these globes. By the way, speaking of globes, let's go ahead and look at the talents. We do indeed have the globe talent quest coming out here from the Pie Maker, looking to get the mana addict rolling. Wants to just shower in that mana. Crafty Devil gonna have to back out here, lest he get picked. Never mind, he gets picked anyway. Not backing up quite fast enough as Geo comes in with that quick rotation, and the rest of Wasted Potential not wasting any time here, getting first blood, unlike the last game, where we saw quite a long time before that first blood came in. We get it in the first 2 minutes here on Infernal Shrines. Kronos going to be going against Boone here. Definite advantage to the Tychus in this situation, with that percentage-based damage that he can deal to the tanky Arthas. You know, Rain will slide in on Nathan. Then Gaju going to respond with a little peel of his own. And welcome to the laning phase, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely the most interesting part of Heroes of the Storm. If that wasn't dripping with sarcasm, I apologize. It's actually kind of a boring phase, but very essential for getting the XP. So far, a slight level lead here for Reborn Knights. Nothing that, nothing unrecoverable But just a little reward for their trouble. Meanwhile, Nova actually rotating to the top. Zronos doing a nice job of not getting picked, though. Really the only job for the solo laner. Get that XP and do not get killed. That's all that it is. Meanwhile, camp priorities coming in for the side, for both sides, really. Reborn Knights going to take this bottom camp. While we will see, well, we almost saw Wasted Potential grabbing their camp, but they end up not doing that. They're going to prioritize cleaning up the mid lane and rotating up to the shrine. I like this call from Reborn Knights, though. You know, you don't have to get on the shrine. In fact, I find more often than not, the team that comes in within a reasonable amount of time onto the shrine, whichever team comes in second, is usually the one that ends up with a big advantage and gets some kills and wins the shrine a lot of the time. I feel like teams that rush to it right away end up using some of their basic abilities to clear the shrine, and then when that engage happens, you see a disadvantage to that team who doesn't have their basic abilities ready. But see right away, we see Reborn Knights rotating up. Ragnaros had split off to side soak, and so for now, the side of Reborn Knights will be able to get the advantage here onto the shrine. Have about double so far the skeletal minions. Rain does get scouted out by that boop. Yes, I said boop. Nobody knows what the real name ability is. It's just boop. Oh, Zengaju diving in deep here. Will get stunned by the Pie Maker. And final kill going over to Zronos, but a ton of damage coming out from Reborn Knights as they capitalize pretty nicely there. As level 7s are actually in here for Wasted Potential. With Hope having that side soak gets a little bit of an XP advantage. But for now, the side of Reborn Knights take that, get level 7 themselves, and will pick themselves up a Punisher in just a few seconds here. They didn't make me a liar. I appreciate it. Meanwhile, we will see Wasted Potential looking to bait the Punisher over the wall here. They back up into sight range over the wall. We will see the Molten Core coming out from Hope here to get a little extra clear. Front wall going to be taking some damage, getting beat down here by the Punisher. And we will see the side of Reborn Knights not being too overly aggressive here with this front wall. They get the front wall. They send Tychus out to lane to side soak and get some XP in both the mid and the bot. I'll give them a little bit of an XP advantage going into this next laning phase. Meanwhile, they will go ahead and pick up this top Shaman camp, rotating on into that top lane, where Arthas awaits it back near the near the fort. Huge invasion rotation here. They get the slide out onto Nathan. Not a whole lot of follow-up, though. Nice zoning there from Zengaju. Be able to keep them out, but they will go ahead and take the camp as their prize for pushing them back there. D-Dog trying to zone and scout out in these rotation areas. Kind of taking those high percentage lurking arms where he knows that in those corridors, and cutting off these rotation points to make sure that there's just no possibility of a rotation from mid lane there. Meanwhile, Shaman camp will be cleaned up in the top lane by Boone. Level 10s are going to be coming in soon, but we do see the quest being completed there from Hope. Going to have the full stacks on the queue there from that level 1 talent. Also building up that level 4 talent. He's almost there as well. Looking at some of these other talents, we do see only 3 stacks so far for Arthas on his level 1 talent there. A whole lot of progress so far. Nova actually opting into the bribe talent there, so we'll be looking to sneak some of those camps. 18 out of the 20 globes here for the Pie Maker. 11 cocktails so far for Crafty Devil. Make that 13. All the while, we will see, just kind of going back and forth here. Level 10 talents also have been picked up here, a.k.a. Heroics. The Phoenix going out from Kael'thas. We have Flailing Swipe, Mosh Pit. We just see the Cursed Bullet coming out, and Commandeer Odin coming out from Tychus. But Tychus not going to be using Commandeer Odin anytime soon, as he gets picked off there by that rotation up in the top from Wasted Potential. On the other side, we see the Precision Strike. I want to call it Napalm Strike, but it's not. It's Precision Strike. Syndragosa coming out from Arthas, so kind of getting that pseudo Sylvanas style, shutdown with the possibility of these Punishers. And we'll also see the Sulfurous Smash, Web Wrap, and the Sound Barrier. Meanwhile, Precision Strike coming in. A ton of damage onto Crafty Devil. The Pie Maker falling to that swift cutoff maneuver of a rotation that we just saw there from Wasted Potential. And Rain also caught out a bit here. We'll be able to face melt out of trouble. Maybe not. And it's going to be close. He will end up actually going down there. As Ragnaros also finishing his quest. And ironically going down to the Wubs of Geo there. Basic attack doing a lot of damage. No damage, really. But still no damage enough to take him down here. All the while, that camp had been picked up, getting some nice value in that top lane. Gonna get a little bit of that wall down. We got Ragnaros side soaking to try and get an XP lead here. So we will see the 4 members rotating into this 4v4. But all the while, Hope is back, Rain is back, and the 5v5 will commence. Rain does have that Mosh Pit available here. Phoenix coming out. He will go ahead and slide in, choosing not to utilize that Mosh Pit, though. We do see the Web Wrap coming out, which would have canceled him anyway. Boone ends up going down to Zronos, and that Commandeer Odin Q. Able to get that in just in time to take him out. And all the while, we will see the side of Reborn Knights picking up the Frozen Punisher for their trouble. Now, this is a good opportunity for Reborn Knights to be able to take some serious advantage in this matchup. They're going to be pushing in here with this Punisher. That first bait over the wall is actually going to go on the clone. My bad. My bad. But the next jump is a huge opportunity for follow-up. You can see Rain starting to move forward. We'll be a little bit late, actually. Not quite able to hit up the slide, so a little bit of a missed opportunity there for Reborn Knights to be able to capitalize there. Once again, we see the bait over potential from the wall that they can't really follow up on. Still, all the while, beaten down Zengaju is this Punisher. John Cena going crazy all over this bug. But the side of Reborn Knights will think better of it with that Molten Core out, and they will back up and start prioritizing the camps. So maybe a little bit of a passive approach. It's hard to say. It's 20/20 hindsight, right? It's kind of hard to say in the moment whether or not that's a good investment of your patience, or if that's a missed opportunity. I'll let you be the judge, ladies and gentlemen. All the while, camps being picked up left and right and down the middle and everywhere right now, as Reborn Knights painting the map red. Just this kind of methodical, bleed you dry kind of strategy. Mosh Pit is still up. All the heroics available right now for both teams. Nothing really to fight over, so I don't know if we'll actually see either of these teams forcing the fight. But right now, the side of Wasted Potential just trying to clear. See the positioning out here from Boone. The slide through the Arthas will proc the Sound Barrier as they try and back out here. But we do see the Cursed Bullet exchanged for Sound Barrier and Web Wrap. That's definitely a big win for Reborn Knights, as they're able to get those big ticket heroics. All the while, they still have most of their heroics available, and Cursed Bullet will be back shortly. Then Ragosa coming out, though, is now Wasted Potential, looking for the engage. Flailing Swipe will be able to push them back long enough for this Odin to be popped, and Anubarak and Artanis die in an eerily synchronized fashion. Reborn Knights taking a 2-for-0 exchange here, as we will see them pushing into this bot lane, while this mid lane has actually been under siege the entire time from these from this Khazra camp. How do I know all these names? Because I play Blizzard games, ladies and gentlemen. What, you didn't know what a Khazra was? Well, that's it right there. Khazra Steve, dying to hope. Let's play some Diablo. That's it. Anyway. Up we go to the top lane here. Level 16 right around the corner for Reborn Knights. What we really need in Heroes of the Storm is the announcer. Why am I forgetting his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. You know, it's the old dude from Diablo that tells you everything about everything. I'm just blanking on his name. It's okay. We'll remember it in time. Anyway, Invasion coming in here from Reborn Knights. As they look after that camp, but decide ultimately not worth forcing. With 16 right around the corner and the shrine activating, they go ahead and back out, and we'll let the camp be picked up here from Wasted Potential. But with 16s right around the corner, they look to force a little bit and ended up not so. Yes, Deckard Cain. Thank you, Sierras. You the man, man. Now we need Deckard Cain as a announcer, because he'd be the perfect person to tell us everything that's going on. But that's what he was designed to do. Meanwhile, level 16 looking to be picked up here by Wasted Potential. However, looks like they're not. They realize this as they rotate out to the mid lane and to pick up these camps, that they're not going to be able to get 16 in time to contest this Punisher. So instead, they're going to go ahead and take advantage elsewhere on the map. Do not respond to that losing situation. Instead, we'll go and take advantage elsewhere in the mid lane. They get the key, they get the fort. And now they're actually going to be looking at keep front wall here. Like, I don't know, they don't really want to turn this into a base race, I don't think, but good capitalization on the other side from Reborn Knights as they get the Punisher, and the Pie Maker going to actually go with the Punisher here. Best siege damage dealer on the side of Reborn Knights, while all the other members are going to go and try to defend here. However, Rain taking a ton of damage. Stukov web-wrapped out, who cannot help him with that flailing swipe or the heals. Then they will turn on to Zedok as he comes out of that web wrap, and a vicious moment there for the side of Wasted Potential, as all of a sudden they're going to find themselves a keep out of all this. A Pie Maker coming back to trying to get that the counter siege, but we will see the Syndragosa coming out, slowing up the Pie Maker. The Pie Maker caught out in that aura. And all of a sudden, it's Wasted Potential that's going on the core here, looking to try and end this game, but so many of their members so low here. I don't know if they can actually get the finish. A big cocktail coming in from Crafty Devil. Rain looking to slide in here, but actually gets hit by that stun. Oh, but a huge cocktail coming in from Crafty Devil to finish off the Nova, and the chase is on the other side. The Punisher still at a quarter life, beaten up on the core, and it is a Mortar Punisher where you see a lot of extra siege damage coming in from that Immortal. 60%, 50% as the Immortal, 8%, or say the Punisher. Man, I always mix those up. I can't help it. The Mortar Punisher does go down, but just with 3% left on the core, and right now the side of Reborn Knights goes in and they will get the finish. What an epic finish to this game. What a big turnaround from Reborn Knights And they will score. They will score the tie here. So big split coming in from both of these teams. And what a match. And also, you know, what a crime that this was not casted in the first place. Very, very entertaining game. And a good match from both of these teams. A nice split. So, thank you very much for joining me, guys. I want to thank both of our teams for coming out and playing for NGS and providing us with a very entertaining something to watch here. And I will be back again soon with more NGS and looking to pick up some more of these replays. So if your game doesn't get casted in NGS, you know, I can't cast them all at once, but feel free to submit those replays. And as we get to them later in the evening, after my casted matches, I'll try and pick up 1 or 2 when I get the opportunity. And yeah, Kane would be a fantastic support. I agree with you. I think he could be a good support, good utility. He will talk you all to sleep. It'll be like an AoE sleep, kind of like what Anna does, but he just talks to you, and then everybody around him goes to sleep. Wouldn't that make sense? All right, good talk. I'll see you guys later. Check out the VODs on YouTube. You'll be able to find them there. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.